All right, when you're ready, today's class is going to involve some extra props. We're going to get cozy, comfortable right away here. We're going to start seated. So I've got myself some a bolster to sit on, some blankets to cushion my feet, and then I'm going to wrap myself in a little blanket. It would also be really handy to have a pillow or something else you can kind of snuggle or hold on to in a minute. So if you need to gather some items, go ahead and do that. And then come to your yoga mat. Again, we're going to start seated here. So if there's any other little movements or stretches you want to take on your way there, go ahead. I like to sit up even higher than this a lot of times. And I really like to cushion my feet and my legs, so I'm putting a little something underneath there. And I'll wrap myself in a blanket. You can even like put the blanket over your head if you'd like, if that feels cozy to you. We're just getting as comfortable. We're just getting as comfortable and cozy as possible. So take a few experiments. Maybe grab some more cushioning or props as you go. I'm gonna put a little something underneath both knees. Block under both of my knees. And yes, it's sometimes it seems a little extra to have all these props, but I really think there is some magic in making yourself comfortable, physically comfortable, especially during extra stressful times, which seems like never ending these days with the news cycle and the way that greed and power have kind of corrupted and destroyed a lot of environment and people's lives. So let's work with it a little bit and be with that a little bit. So when you're comfortable, maybe closing your eyes, maybe taking a deep breath or two. Check in with your hands, see if there's a place or something else you'd like to try with the hands. I invite you to keep your pillow close by. We might add that on in a moment, but for now, just bringing the fingertips or the palms together, or resting your hands on your knees, or clasping your blanket closed. And closing your eyes or softening your gaze as you begin to check in with your physical body, any aches or pains or questionable areas today that you want to note. And checking in, briefly overviewing your day, just kind of seeing where your energy's at, where your emotions are at, and see if you can name one or two or three emotions that are either present now or have been present in your day. And trying to have some radical acceptance for the moment that you're in, everything that you're feeling is valid. Just holding some compassion, some softness for yourself if you're having a rough time. You're welcome to stay right here as we find a little bit of diaphragmatic breath, or if you'd like to try holding on to a pillow, I find that it's very soothing to bring a pillow just in front of you. My blanket's not quite enough. It's really nice to have your arms just right around something. But if you want to, just go ahead and snuggle a pillow or a blanket or a stuffed animal or your pet And if you'd like, maybe adding on a little bit of swaying. These are both techniques for soothing the nervous system. Just notice if you can start to feel more comfortable and relief in your body. You really want to go for it and have all three things working together. You could either take those diaphragmatic breaths, breathing low and slow, letting the belly expand in all directions with the inhales, or try some humming exhales or Brahmari pranayama, bumblebee breath. We'll keep it simple, and you can keep holding on to whatever you're holding on to if you'd like. And Brahmari pranayama is quite simple. We'll just inhale through the nose and then exhale, humming until your breath runs out. So go ahead and explore breath or humming, whatever feels right. You're humming, just inhaling through the nose. Humming maybe one note, or you could kind of oscillate the notes. Just follow what comes up. Keep going for a couple more rounds, breathing or humming. Just call to mind. We'll wait till we're done with our humming portion first. And when you feel complete in that portion, just having a few moments here. Notice those reverberations, looking for signs of clarity, comfort. And if you'd like to set a dedication or intention for today's practice, now is a great time to bring something to mind. I invite you to consider the mantra lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Means may all beings everywhere be happy and be free, and may we each contribute to that in some way. So go ahead and just kind of hold that feeling, whether or not you remember the words. If there's another way you can sum it up in a word or phrase that you resonate with, go right ahead. And when you're ready, starting to let your chin come down toward the center of your chest, letting go of your pillow anytime you'd like. And let your right ear roll toward your right shoulder. Keep it moving nice and slow, dipping your chin back down toward the center of your chest and then letting your left ear rock toward your left shoulder. This time, go ahead and lift your head up and over to the other side. So we're not going to let the head dip all the way back. We're going to do more of like an up and over rainbow-like shape. So just go ahead and continue that. Some neck circles that are more upright. Switching sides whenever you feel like it. And then bringing your gaze or your head back up to neutral. Let's take 3 clearing breaths. Inhaling through your nose. Sigh it out. 2 more. Trying to move your body kind of in some intuitive ways, maybe a little wiggle or a twist. Option to keep your blanket on or move it to the side anytime. Go ahead and switch the cross of your legs if you are sitting cross-legged. we'll be seated here for just a couple more minutes. So first grabbing hold of the knees and then letting your back round like you do in cat pose. So kind of tucking the tailbone, tucking your chin, holding under your knees so you get some traction there through your back. And then thinking about the cow shape. We are pulling our chest up and through, lifting the gaze. And go ahead and do that a couple times. Cat, seated cat and cow. Checking in with your pelvis. You can get like a little bit of movement going there. So when you're leaning back and that cat-like back, the pelvis is, or the tailbone's kind of tucked under. And cow pose is the opposite. All right, if you want, we'll add on a little bit of chest circles here. So we're kind of moving from that cat and cow-like position, but just adding a spiral element to it. This can be a really small movement or larger. You can get a little experimental anytime. Go ahead and switch directions when it feels right. Coming back, let's move on to cat and cow for the next position. So hands and knees moving, anything to the side that you need to. Think about those cat and cow movements again. This time hands on the floor. Inhaling to lower your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhale, cow, rounding your spine, tucking your chin and the tailbone. Keep moving now and just noticing any differences from when we're seated. All right, coming to neutral tabletop position. With an inhale, let's extend the right leg back. So we're pressing that right heel back like you're stepping onto the back wall. Take a breath in. Exhale, right knee toward your right elbow, just kind of hugging it in that direction, shifting forward slightly. Inhale, send that right leg back, almost like a three-legged down dog. And exhale, right knee toward right elbow. Inhale, extend your leg back and cross it behind your left. So the right foot ends up on the left side of your mat. Peek over your left shoulder and find length on your right side, especially between the right hip bone and the right shoulder or the right armpit. Making your way back to neutral tabletop. If you're feeling any tiredness or discomfort in your wrists, maybe grabbing your blocks to come up to lessening the weight on your hands. This time we'll extend the left leg back. Big breath in. Exhale, left knee toward left elbow. Inhale, left leg goes back. Exhale, knee towards elbow. Inhale, left leg goes back and crosses. Left foot now on the right side of your mat, crossing behind your other leg, peeking over your right shoulder. Create more length and space through the left side, especially between the left hip and the left armpit. And come on back. We'll make our way to extended child's pose. Bringing the knees out wide toward the edges of your mat, touching the big toes behind you, maybe sinking back Or taking a couple moments to rock back and forth a couple times, using yourself in to child's pose, which is known to be such a mild, restful position, but for many people it's not that accessible. There's a lot going on through the ankle joints, through the knees and the hips. So find your variation, prioritizing comfort in your body and in your mind. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. We can rise up, tabletop, grab our blocks and head to downward dog, curling your toes under and lifting the knees, straightening or almost straightening your legs here. Find your breath. If you'd like, movement, pedaling opposite knees, maybe bending and straightening your elbows a little bit. We'll start to make our way to the back of the mat. Go ahead and bring your blocks with you if you want. We're going to end up in either ragdoll, forward fold, and or a squat. So you might hang out in ragdoll for a little bit, letting your head and arms be kind of loose and dangly here, swaying or stillness, stretching through the back of the legs. That. At some point, you might turn this into like a little frog squat, making your toes turn outward and then bending your knees. You can hold onto your blocks here for support. And lately, I've been, like in my own practice, I've just been kind of like almost going to crow pose. So from like a frog squat, just kind of putting my elbows in the inside of my knees and just kind of leaning forward a little bit. Not like trying to do the hand balance, it just feels really nice on my hips. Try that if you want. Or I guess if you'd like to go for crow pose too, you could give that a try. It's kind of early practice, but you do you. Take a couple more breaths. If you're in a squat, possibly heading into ragdoll for a second. And then starting to make your way up to stand, bending your knees a little deeper, walking your hands up your legs if you'd like. Up at the top, taking little adjustments with the clothing or anything else if you need to. And then we're getting some free movement and a nice little shakeout going. So you might lift and lower your shoulders, swing your arms, or you take some little jumps. Maybe it looks more like a dance to you today. My favorites is just lifting and lowering the heels, putting that deep bounce, kind of move things, figure out your body. Just imagine this kind of getting all the cobwebs from the corners and the cracks of wherever inside of my body, just getting everything loosened up and moving. All right. Let's find stillness at the back of the mat, flipping your palms to face the front of your space. This is like anatomical position or mountain pose in yoga, Tadasana. Closing your eyes here for a second if you want. Committing that intention to heart, we'll go through a couple of sun salutation-esque Close. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out to your blocks. High plank. Inhale and exhale, knees lower, chest lowers. Your choice if you'd like to take baby cobra or if you'd like an upward facing dog. Your choice. With your inhale, we're pressing the tops of the feet down and we're lifting the head and chest, maybe a little, maybe a lot. And exhale, lower down or hold. Be here for 3 breaths. Inhaling as you rise or continuing to hold at the top. Exhale and lower. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Big breath in and out. Big breath in, breath out. Inhale, bend your knees, lift to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat. Forward fold at the back. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, joining palms overhead. Maybe looking up as your palms join. And exhale, excuse me, hands to heart center. Taking a few moments here. Maybe closing your eyes, just tuning back in. Refocusing if your mind has wandered. Perfectly normal. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Inhale, hands reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out, high plank. One breath in. And exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Left 3 breaths. Feel free to hold your position or move with your breath. And eventually use an exhale to transition to downward dog. Big breath in and out. In and out. Inhale, bend your knees, look toward your hands. Exhale, make your way to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, joining your hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just a couple of moments here checking in. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Inhale, hands go high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands out to your high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, downward dog. Breathing in, reaching the tailbone high. Engaging the hands and reaching through your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift the right toes up behind you. 3-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee toward right elbow. Shifting forward. Inhale, 3-legged down dog, right leg lift. Exhale, right toes to the floor. Big breath in and out. Inhale, left toes lift behind you, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, shift forward, left knee toward left elbow. Inhale, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, left foot lowers. Tabletop, bending your knees, lowering the knees down. Let's find our way to thread the needle. So with an inhale, that right arm goes high, upward twist first. And let's take a couple rounds through with our thoracic mobility. So with your exhale, we're just gonna dip the right hand down and through and twist. We're gonna stay active and lifted here and try to focus on, focus your awareness on like the middle of your back or kind of like your rib cage. Inhale, upward twist, right hand goes high. Exhale, dip and twist. One more time, inhale, right hand high. Exhale, thread the needle, right hand dipping down and through, setting your shoulder, right side of your head on the floor or props. Taking a few nice slow breaths. Maybe kind of leaning into that right shoulder. It feels safe and right. Two more breaths. Planting your left hand by your face, rise back up, upward twist with the right hand high. And lower your right hand down. Let's switch sides. Inhale, left arm reaches high, upward twist. Let's focus again on the rib cage. Exhale, dip and twist that left arm down and through. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, dip and twist. One last time, inhale, hand goes high. And exhale, thread the needle, left shoulder, left side of your head on the floor or blocks. Maybe kind of rolling onto that left shoulder a bit more if that feels good to you. Two more breaths here. And planting your right hand and raising the left hand high, upward twist once more. And go ahead and bring your hand down. If you were using props, moving those out of the way. And then curling your toes under. Let's just walk our hands to the back of the mat so we end up in a little squat. And then forward fold, so just straightening your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, one last fold. Inhale, rise up, joining your hands overhead. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. A few breaths. Notice any energetic qualities you might be able to detect in your space or in your own being. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Take a clearing breath in through the nose. And sigh to release. Keeping your eyes open if they were closed. Let's do a little bit of balancing next. We'll do tree pose or beyond if you feel like exploring. So if you have any places you like to be, maybe close to a wall, or I just kind of like to rock weight forward and back over my feet a couple times as I get ready to balance. So let's shift to balance on the right leg first and find that little kickstand position with the left heel on the right thigh and the left knee reaching out wide. It can help to find an unmoving focal point somewhere in front of you. Gaze not only at, but through. Drishti. Welcome to stay right here and just notice the subtle shifts and correctments that your body makes to keep you upright. Maybe you lift your left foot a little higher on the right calf. Or you could just go off grid here and maybe you lift your left knee out to the side and hold, or you know, you get to play a little bit here if you want to. We're just focusing on balancing somehow on the right foot, on the right leg. Take it easy or get kind of wacky with it. You like my dad does that like every wedding dance I've ever been to. Okay, when you're ready, set your left foot down, shake it out a little bit. And then we'll switch sides. So bouncing on the left foot now, finding the kickstand position with the right knee, opening up toward the right side here. Gazing at or through that focal point again. Hands can be out for balance or somewhere else. Again, welcome to stay right here or start exploring a little bit, maybe bringing the right foot up a little higher on the left leg. You start to just see what that right leg feels like doing today. Breath or two more, and then go ahead and set everything down. Shaking it out if you'd like. And let's make our way down to the floor. If you have to grab any props for your comfort, go ahead and do that. We're heading down to the back. So go ahead and come on down. Hug your knees in toward your chest when you arrive. And with the least amount of effort possible, taking some very slow, small movement, pressing some weight around the low back and sacrum. If you want to take it at a different pace, maybe going a little faster, that's cool too. I just feel like there's such a world that can open up in slowness. Bringing your feet down to the floor. We'll take one more little twist here. So bringing your arms out wide. Let's scoot the pelvis over toward the left edge of the mat. And then allow your knees to start twisting and lowering to the right. Maybe grabbing some props. If you have them, you might as well. And feel free to be as you are. Consider turning your head side to side a couple of times. Possibly pausing with your gaze straight up or to the left. Notice how much you're holding or gripping anywhere in your body and just see if you can relax a little more. See if you can. Your own timing, make your way on over to the other side. So lifting the knees. I've got a little bolster between my knees, so I'm keeping it there as I scoot on over toward the right edge of the mat, and let your knees twist and lower to the left. Maybe experimenting more with turning your head side to side, or choosing somewhere to rest along the way. Checking in again with the amount of effort you're using right now. Seeing if you can decrease that effort. When you're ready, coming back up to center and then getting yourself ready for final Shavasana. I encourage you to get extra cozy today. We'll be listening to a really nice mantra of, the one that has been our focus today. So possibly adding something of height underneath your knees, or maybe grabbing that blanket to pull up over top of you, tucking your shoulder blades in beneath the back, spreading out the collarbones, and finding stillness if that sounds good. Taking any other movements or stretches as you settle in. And I will begin our song shortly.
Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu.
May all beings everywhere be happy and be free. And may our own thoughts, words, and actions somehow contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. And if you don't remember word for word, seeing if you can hold this essence in your heart, or just feel the words.
Samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Lokah, samastah, sukhino, bhavantu. Lokah, sukhino, sukhino.